Hello, my friends. I'm so incredibly excited to share this product with you. It's a long time in the making, and I'm very excited, and I know there has been a lot of anticipation for these. It is the Framelit Flip It cards that fold into an A2 size card. So they're standard size when folded. So the original Flip Its, if you remember, are square size, and we came out with some more of those designs. There's quite a few designs of those, and they are tons of fun. I believe there's 12 or 13 designs of those. Love those. I love the square. I love that the design is right in the center. But these are framelits as opposed to, let me grab one of these off the shelf, a Flip It card that is a steel rule die. So this is the steel rule die. This is the first version we ever came out with. But this is the Framelit Flip It. Now, what's the difference? One, obviously, this one is a lot lighter. Can you tell? Woo, a lot lighter. And this one, for example, this is the square, comes with 12 dies and a handy dandy storage envelope. So I've already opened this package, and what Sizzix recommends you do is you take the packaging, and I just folded mine here. You can cut it, you can do whatever you want. Fold this and keep it. So you have a picture, you have a card sample here with the inside. You also have a wonderful reference that tells you all the different dies that go with this set, which is fantastic. Now, remember, I said there are 12 dies. Let me share them with you. This is so exciting. So there's lots, and I always keep my little extra cutouts in the envelope too. Now, first of all, look at the envelope. When we designed these at Sizzix, and when I say we, I mean we, because I had a lot to do with these envelopes, which I'm very proud to admit. We made sure that your little dies are not going to come out. We did extra flap. I mean, we did so much testing with these. I'm proud to say we were throwing them in the air, trying to see if those dies would come out. Now you'll notice there's no snap on these. This has just a little envelope that has a little flap. I love it, and it's wonderful because they hold all of our dies. So I'm gonna take this die out. Let's just empty the whole baby out because there's a ton in here. So I'm gonna open this up, get them all out. Now, I do know some people have magnetic sheets that they've purchased or they've gotten for free, and they keep their dies on there. That's a fantastic idea. I'm a big fan of just get them in the envelope. I'm just proud when I have them in the envelope. So let's show you how easy this is to do. First, I'm gonna get my Big Shot. You can also use your Big Kick, your Vagabond, your Big Shot, Big Kick, Vagabond, your Big Shot Pro, other competitors' machines. As long as your competitor's machine or machine you have will take a wafer-thin chemically etched die, your machine will work. Now, your opening needs to be this much, and I believe this is, I don't have a measuring right here, let's guess. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so this is a little over 5 1/2. So your machine has to have an opening of about 6 inches. The Big Shot's about 6 inches. The green one, yes, it will work in that one, okay? So let me show you how easy. Now, of course, you know me, I'm using my favorite tool in the whole wide world, the magnetic platform. Do you need to have the magnetic platform? No, it just makes it a little easier. I'm gonna grab a cutting pad. I'm gonna grab some cardstock, and I'm gonna grab the outer die. This is the main die. This is the card. And I'm gonna lay it down. Now notice it just snaps right to that magnetic platform. Now I'm gonna skew this just a little tiny bit. I don't want it to go exactly straight into the machine because that would make the roller go over a huge speed bump. So I'm gonna just skew it just a little tiny bit, just so it kind of eases it through the machine, just because it makes it a little nicer on my machine and it gives me a cleaner cut. So I'm gonna run that through. Now, any cracking you hear is totally normal. That's just the die going into the cutting pad. And you heard those big booms because that was kind of like the speed bump that I was mentioning. So here I have it, and see that little speed bump, just I had to pull that a little bit. There's my card. I'm gonna pop that out. Now, whoops, folding a Flip It card. Every single Flip It die or card is folded the exact same way. It doesn't matter if you use this kind or this kind, they're all folded the same way. So once you learn the fold, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about any intricate folding or, oh, this card's different or this card's different. No. They're all the same. That's the good news. Okay, we're going to make sure we have a wide bottom. See how it's wider up here than it is up here? Wider bottom, that goes on the bottom. We're bottom heavy, okay? You always want to be bottom heavy. Now, do this in the air. Do not do this on the table because it will mess with the inside. Now, I'm going to pretend I'm you. So this is what it's going to look like if you were doing it. You're going to fold it in half towards you. So now all 4 corners are touching, okay? In half towards you. Then you're going to take that top flap and fold that up. Now turn it to the left because the little side is always on the left, LL, little left, and there you have your Flip It card in size A2, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Completely scored. The die scores it for me. I didn't have to use any extra tools. Cuts and scores it for me. Yay! Now you're thinking, I want to decorate it. Well, we thought of that too. There are companion dies that go with this set. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate it. So I'm going to use this die for this panel. I'm going to use this die for this panel, and we're going to run those through in a different color. Now I'm doing random colors. I want you to really be able to see what we're doing here. So I'm using some colors that really, I wouldn't necessarily use together, but I want you to see what I'm doing here. So you know what, let's use a bigger piece so we can run these through at the same time. So we're going to drop that one in there, and we're going to drop this one in there, and that is not going to fit. I got to use a bigger piece. Ah, that's funny. Okay, here we go. There we go. And now what I'm going to do again is I'm going to kind of skew those just a little bit so they're not going perfectly straight into the machine. So we'll skew it just like that. Make sure that's all on there. Now, of course, our second cutting pad. Now we're going to run those through. Now I have another fun tip to share with you. Stay with me. I know this is getting a little long, but it's so fun. Okay, so now I've cut those out. I can easily add, and I'm going to add this one right now. Let's find some adhesive. I'm just going to run some quick adhesive. Now I'm going extra fast, but you would spend a little bit more time on this. And I'm going to line that up, and you would spend a little bit more time, but I'm just going to line that up really quick. So there I have the one panel. Now this panel is going to go right here, and of course it's perfectly cut, so it would be perfectly lined up. See how it's perfectly lining up? But when you this is a tip I just discovered recently. When you close this, it looks awesome, right? It looks great. And then you open it up, and then you have your cute card and everything. But let's say you said, gosh, I like this, but I wish there was a border around this part of the square. And you're thinking, Stephanie, why didn't you think of that? You know, you could have easily had a border around this, but then just so you know, when you open it, it would look a little funny. But if you, let me show this to you, I'm so excited about this part. Run the smaller die through again, the smaller, what are we going to call these? I don't know. We can call them layering dies, or we can call them, I've been calling them companion dies, whatever you want to call them. Now, so I cut out an extra one of these. Now, if I wanted to, look at this, dun, 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 I could line that up, and it's going to line up. So now I have a blue border all the way around that square. So now you get to decide, do you want less border or more border? Now when you open this up, it is a little different, but you do have a little spot also to write. So you get to decide if you want the bigger side or the smaller side on this one. Just an FYI. That's one fun tip. Now another fun thing is there's lots and lots of fun companion pieces. So for example, let's get some of this, and this one has little dots, and let's put that through. This one has a little ruffled edge. I won't run all these through, but remember there's lots of little pieces. And don't forget, because I'm using my magnetic platform, I can easily put another die on the inside as long as I don't layer my dies. Do not ever layer your framelets. As long as they're not touching, I can run 2 through at the same time by putting one, here, let me show you. Because I have my magnetic platform, I can show you. I have one die inside another die. As long as they're not touching, you can do that, because what's it gonna do? It's gonna make a frame. So now I'm gonna run these through, and I'm just using 4 of the companion dies. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I'm not even gonna have time to show you, which, isn't that amazing? Okay, so here's one. We're gonna pop this baby out. And sometimes on these intricate dies, as you know, some of them, look at that cute little ruffle. Sometimes you have to run these through once or twice, just an FYI, because those are little tiny holes that are punching out. You might have to run it through once or twice. You also might have to use your paper piercing tool to get all those little holes completely punched out. Just an FYI, okay? So that's one fun piece. Then we have just a cute little square we could add as a little just embellishment. But remember this one that I did? Let's see what this one looks like. Let's pop those babies out. So I have that little square, pop this frame out. Oh, this is a fun one. This one has little holes punched. And look, I also have a frame. So now I turn this standard die into a frame die. So I can embellish that, I can do whatever I want. Now quickly, I have a couple little samples to share with you. I have this cute one that I created at a local trade show recently to show it off. It says, hello friend. And then you open it up and it says, you are tweet. And it says, thank you. Isn't that cute? Here's one using my phone set. It says thanks, and this one is by Helen, and you open it up and you have a spot to write your message, which is really fun. Look at those companion dies in action right there, using pattern paper. Now, don't forget, also use your scraps, because you only need that little tiny amount of paper, so isn't that fantastic? And here's a fun one, and this one is by Helen also, and she used some great dies on there to make a spooky Halloween card. So make sure you check out our website. I have a gallery. You can see tons of other ideas. This die set is also available, as well as the 5 other die sets that are similar but different shapes are all available at your local scrapbook store, your local crafting store. If not, you can also check out my website, thestampsoflife.com. They're on there. And if you're a club member, of course, you get a club discount. Yay, you can't beat that, right? Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe channel, the subscribe button, so you can subscribe to our channel so you can see all of our fun new videos whenever we release them. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.